Okay, here we go. Almost forgot my mic again. Hello, everybody. Brandon here. This, I guess, is another episode of Tripping the Light Nostalgic. We're going to be taking a look at another game from my childhood. Now, this one's pretty old. This is a PlayStation 1 title called Escape or Die Trying, which is usually just, for marketing purposes, called O.D.T. Pretty tough game. I never beat it as a kid. I never beat it, period. I don't know why I specified as a kid. But I haven't played this game in probably... Christ. Well, let's see. Probably haven't played this since at least, like, 2002 or so. I'm gonna say 2003. So, yeah. What, 17 years? But yeah, I always love this little teaser, like, basically trailer cutscene. But yeah, this is cool. It's got like cool editing and sound design, and the song is awesome. This game is interesting because I guess if you look around online, it doesn't really have a positive reputation. And based on some of the later level design frustrations and stuff, I can understand that, I guess. But it's not totally worthless. It's not a game that I think you can just completely ignore and, there's nothing to be said about that. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying everyone should fucking go out of their way to play this. I still legitimately have a copy of this. I have a little box of my PS1 games, but obviously I'm emulating this. I don't have a working PlayStation 1. But yeah, we got some character selection here. So we got Mr. Hawkins, Miss Chase, Mr. Havoc, and Solar. I don't know, Solar, I guess. But yeah, they have like different stats, and the thing is I don't really know how well balanced the game is. Like I don't know if there's like clear cut, like obviously this character just sucks, and obviously this character is like OP. Don't know anything about that because when I played this, I didn't really have an internet connection where I would, look shit up or anything. And I don't know if there was ever, like, a huge wealth of information about this game to begin with, so I'm not sure if there's, like, a complete guide to how everything fucking works. But it's a pretty cool game, and most of the reason I think it's cool is because of the, I guess, like, the world, the kind of cryptic... I hate to say this, it reminds me of Dark Souls a little bit, just like in its kind of cryptic presentation where it doesn't really explain a lot to you. It just kind of drops you in this world. This is our first glimpse of it, is this like blimp type thing. So, it throws a lot of questions in the air of like, what kind of time period is this? Because there's very advanced technology, as we'll see later. But, it's also like semi-archaic. In the tower where the game takes place is also just this incredibly mysterious thing. Like, how did it get there? Do the people in this, game's universe really know anything about it?
Under the authority of Captain Lamat.
Just a lot of fun things to think about.
Since we took flight 7 moons ago, the crossing has been without incident.
Okay.
Time is now
I don't know how much of this I'm going to play, but I do have a timer set for I get some food out of the oven, so probably around that time I'm gonna end the episode. This isn't the kind of game I would have, done a full run of on my channel anyway, so I figured this would be the appropriate format to revisit it. Now, I say I haven't played it since at least 2003, but I'm sure I haven't played it since before then. But that's like the latest kind of window I could have seen myself actually playing this game. Because 2003, not to, be a downer when we're trying to have a fun little video game show or whatever, but 2003 is when my sister died, and then very soon after that is when I got a PS2. And around the time I got the PS2, I don't think I ever played this game on my PS2. You know, so actually, I don't even know if it... I'm sure it worked fine, because I think the PS2 didn't really have any trouble with backwards compatibility. But, yeah, I don't think I ever played this on my PS2. I only ever played this on the PlayStation. Because, you know, once I got my PS2, I kind of slowly stopped playing a lot of PS1 games. Some of them I always played, you know, up until I stopped having a PS2. You know, that worked. But, yeah. Because the thing about this game is, as much as I find it interesting, I'm not good at it. And, I don't know how much of that to chalk up to the game's failings or my failings. Because, again, like I said, this game doesn't really have a great reputation. I think it's not reviewed very well. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Go get the balloons. Or, not the balloons. Go get the gas. Hey, asshole! No! I don't need you to explain it to me again. Okay, so... there is a lot of stuff about this game that is kind of burned into my memory because I did play this I did play this opening part a good few times because there is a bunch of different characters to choose from, and I was kind of interested to see like the differences between picking them. I'm just going to pick up some of the stuff from this intro area, and I'm going to kind of immediately go to the next area because here's the thing. So this game is a sprawling nightmare of shit that I don't really feel comfortable navigating and keeping track of. I'm not good for that. Because, you know, although I remember the early parts of this game very well, everything after that is going to be a nightmare. But here's the thing. So you see like that green arrow? That leads to like a side area. Actually, here's what I'm going to do to make this a more worthwhile trip up here. I'll drop down here, grab this ammo. Oops. Now you can burn these plants down, but I don't really want to use the flamer ammo. What little of it I have. Each character kind of focuses on a different ammo type. They get different ammo pickups depending on who you play as. Anyway, that green arrow that we saw up there that led down. Green arrows are, I think, universally a sign that you can return from where you're going. Red arrows, not so much. And we're not going to save the game because I'm not going to return to this particular save file, at least. If I am going to replay this in my own time, I'm going to play the side areas that we just skipped. But the reason I'm skipping them for the purposes of this video is they're not really a good indication of the game. There's not really anything in the way of enemies in those directions. It's mostly just kind of platforming and navigating. Not the most exciting or representative viewing. It's a really slow start if you start by playing those side areas first. But of course, the unfortunate thing is once you progress to this point, where the game picks up a little more, you can't go back. So, you know. Yeah, there's a ton of items and stuff in the other direction. Okay. Gonna get into it. Now, one thing I did like when I was younger, and I'll say I still like about this game, is the soundtrack. Sometimes it's kind of odd, and you know, I don't really know how to feel about it in certain instances, but I think for the most part it's pretty cool, and it has a lot of atmosphere to it, and I've come to appreciate atmosphere a lot as an adult. As a kid, I don't know that atmosphere was something I consciously really thought of, you know, I didn't really take into account, but you know, even games that maybe I didn't really think too much about as a kid, when, you know, as an adult when I revisit them or whatever, I can appreciate stuff like atmosphere. So let's see here. Yeah, it's funny. I mostly remember the controls. The the failings of this game are more apparent with age, of course, because for example, the camera, I have like zero control. You might have noticed it's only pointing where I'm facing, and that's that. Oh, okay. Here's the white key. Something was down here. So yeah, the annoying thing is, of course, if this game had like modern 3D, platformer action game controls, I think it would be a lot more tolerable. But some of the jumps, for example, are incredibly difficult for me. I'm already not good at platforming games to begin with, so throwing in kind of a jankiness, really not good for me. Okay, so these guys, oh god, I'm so bad at the fucking controls. Okay, that roll is not going to work out for me, so I'm not even going to try. Now the different ammo types are, good for different situations. The blue one, I'm not really sure what to say about it. It's kind of general purpose. And flame is incredibly good against anything that's like kind of like a living thing. So not good against mechanical enemies or robots. I meant to say turrets, but I said robots as if that's not a mechanical enemy example. I'm trying to fucking hurry up and get through here because there's a turret that can shoot me from where I'm at. I do remember a lot of this stuff very well. It is funny how some games, no matter how much I may have ignored them for the last like almost 2 decades, still like a part of my DNA. I can't truly forget O.D.T. Even though, again, I don't think this game really has much in the way of a positive rep. So I don't think, while we're playing as Mr. Hawkins, I don't think he has a lot of spirit. Yeah, it didn't look like it. Because I think the third bar, I wish I could point. There's the 3 vertical bars, and there's the fourth one that's like a green bar. So I think the green one is your experience, and then the third one, which was to the immediate left of the green one, that is your spirit. So I don't think Ike has much in the way of spirits, so I don't think spells are really something he... Oh, Christ. You fucker. I'm gonna fucking kung fu your... Oh, Jesus. He's whooping my ass. Okay, so something I just realized. I'm used to playing as Max, who I think has a stronger melee attack. Because I think if I was playing as Max, that wouldn't have been so brutal. But yeah, Max is a pretty cool character. The one downside to Max is that because his ammo type is like flamethrower heavy, so he gets a lot of flamethrower ammo pickups. The main problem with that is that when you come across stuff like turrets, oh Jesus, am I stuck? Oh no, these are fucking like explosive barrels. Oh no, am I stuck worse? Yeah, see, if I can't get out of here, I might... Okay. Okay, because those barrels, yeah, if I had to, like, pop them to get out of the fucking corner, that would have probably killed me. Ugh, God. Yeah, the controls are fucking horrendously old-fashioned. The thing is I don't know if these were even considered good, controls at the time. I didn't play a lot of games like this, especially not for PlayStation 1. Like, I never played Tomb Raider growing up. So I don't know if this is what other games of the time feel like, but I do know that it's not my style. It's a shame, because once again, if this game was maybe redone, which would be weird, because I don't know if there's even remotely an audience for this, but if it was redone, this kind of interesting cryptic world was done with a more modern flair, I think it might be really interesting and, potentially fucking really cool. Okay, now I'm gonna try to kill this bat, because if I don't... Oh, Christ. Where'd he go? Did he... Wait, where'd he go? Did he fucking, like, clip through... Oh! He's in here now! What the hell? Oh, God. Oh, the controls! It is way harder to do, like, kind of simple maneuvers. Like in any other fucking game, you know, made nowadays, I could just, like, have turned and fucking executed him, but wasn't quite having that. Oh, shit! Oh, my God, okay. I got caught up in the momentum. See, here's the thing you probably couldn't tell until I come down here and show you. Yeah, deadly fucking spike traps that insta-kill you if you fall on them, if I'm not mistaken. So, oof. That was a thrill. Jesus. Okay, so with the blue key and this door open, you can activate this little machine and we get a little elevator. Yeah, it's a neat game because it's, I don't know, it's just, there's something about it that I find intriguing. Again, I think part of what I like about this game is the same thing I like about Dark Souls' presentation, is that there's not much in the way of exposition or explanation. They barely even set up the world. I think the intro part mentions something about a deadly epidemic and you have to fucking use the green pearl to, I guess, cure it, but you know, they don't really explain anything beyond that. Like, you don't really know about what society is like in this game, for damn sure. It's never, ever something that's explored. And, you know, like, neither is the nature of the creatures that you deal with. Like, what are these things? Are they, like, I don't even know where to start. You know, I mean, I guess that probably, you know, when they were making the game, they were just like, yeah, they're the bad guys. But, okay, that is the grenade button. Is that close enough? Oh, it wasn't enough damage. Kind of thought it would be. Okay. Yeah, the grenades in this game are super powerful, and I remember as a kid constantly throwing them by accident. Because I was pretty clumsy with a controller as a child. Which is interesting because, you know I beat certain games as a kid, and I sometimes question how, considering how fucking bad I likely was. You know, because occasionally I'll return to a game and find out that it's not nearly as hard as it was in my memory. Okay, this fucker has grenades, so if he gets the drop on you, he could do a shitload of damage. You fucking shitter. Okay, I think we're good. Oops. Fucked up right there. Okay, that's a save point, which I'm not going to use, because again, I'm not really going to keep playing this after... Oh wait, this is where we came from. Got confused. Okay. Okay, I know where I'm going. So, through here, there's like, yeah... an introduction to non-lethal water, because I'm pretty sure any water that's too deep, you just die when you fall in. But I don't remember, because I don't... Oh, that's interesting. You know, this isn't 100% the way I was thinking of it in my head. You know, let's go the water direction. Because I can't picture what comes after this. I'm sure as soon as I see it, I'll be like, oh! But, you know, for now, I don't truly remember. Okay, my timer's got like 19 minutes left, so I'm going to keep going until I stop, I guess. I don't know. Okay, what's in here? That's a fucker right there. Get shit on, buddy. Oh, God. Yeah, the controls are a little gnarly, because when you're shooting, you cannot move. You have to stand still and shoot, which is not an ideal situation for probably most games. I mean, even something as recent as Resident Evil 5, you couldn't fucking move while shooting. Which, I think if you could, even to a limited extent, it would greatly increase how much I like that game. Because here's the thing, a lot of people hate on Resident Evil 5. I don't really hate it. I find it frustrating, because I think it's a very frustrating game, but there's something about it. Like, I like the sound effects, or the sound design. Let's be mature about this. Yeah, I like the sound design. I like a lot of things about it. It's just, it's got a lot of stuff I really like about it. It's silly and cheesy and preposterous, you know. It's a good time. 6 is even more of a problem for me. I don't know why I'm talking about Resident Evil. I've just been thinking about Resident Evil a lot. With the remakes, I think it's got my interest like kind of peaked. Because you know, part of the reason I even set up this emulator was because I just had this huge desire to play. Oh shit! Oh shit! Okay, let's see. Wait a minute. Oh, I don't know why, but for some reason I thought that was a living thing and not a corpse. Let's let's take care of this fella. Ooh, that's right. There was explosives in the corner. Still didn't kill it, but maybe I could finish it off with my... Oh, God. Ah, okay, cool. And then we got some ammo. Now, I'm not playing the most, like, carefully or, you know, resource aware, because I don't intend to, you know, keep this as a save game. Like I said, if I'm going to continue on my own time, I'm going to, you know, start from the beginning and take it slow and complete everything that the game has, not skip like I did past the intro stuff. Jesus Christ. See, I remember making it decently far into this game, and I'm curious how much effort was that for me as a child, because, you know, this isn't exactly something that's easy. Where does that go? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's a big game. Very, very, Okay, come on. God damn it. Shit. Yeah, it's nerve-wracking to try and run around corners in this game. Oh, Jesus, I forgot about that strafe walk. It's nerve-wracking to try and walk around a corner like this, because if you overshoot it, you're just fucking dead. Okay, I figured there'd be something around the side. Okay. I don't have enough weapon control for that. Well, I do have XP. Is that high enough? Ah, it was. Okay. So I think my weapon is a little better now? My blue weapon type, anyway. The thing is I don't really know. I haven't really paid attention to how much it takes to kill the enemies, so I don't know if I'll even be able to appreciate any kind of difference. Okay. Yeah. I find that the bats are often not worth the time. And they often, you know, because they fly so obnoxiously, they usually get hits off on you before you can really kill them anyway, so it's usually just a tax. It's a fucking toll that you have to pay if you want to try and deal with them. So, something I'm not clear on is you're picking up gas to supposedly reinflate the balloons, but because you can't, like, return, and it's not the kind of game where, like, you would have any kind of reasonable way to, like, track all these things down, I don't know what purpose there is in collecting them. Perhaps there is... Oh, you fucking piece of shit! Oh, that sucks! Okay, now there's lives in this game. Now, what I don't remember is since I killed stuff... Ooh, it dumped me all the way back here. Harsh. Very harsh. I think stuff that I accomplished is still accomplished, at least. But yeah, that's pretty rough. You know what? Just because... Let's go this way, because I don't remember what's this way. What I thought this led to was actually the way that we were going, so I'm curious what's down here. It's funny, because I didn't think it'd be worth doing a Tripping the Light nostalgic for, but I replayed Resident Evil Survivor, and it's not a good game. I'll get that out of the way. But, you know, it's still nostalgic for me. It's funny, like, the weird kind of non-memories it brought up while I was playing it. Like, I remembered this... this time... Oh, can I not do anything here? Maybe I can't do anything yet. I have to accomplish something and then come back. Okay, maybe that's why I don't remember this area, is because it's not really anything you can do with it right away. But yeah, Resident Evil Survivor's, I guess, thing is that it has multiple pathways that you can choose at various points in the game. Which that part is great. I think that's a really cool idea because it happens several times in the game where you get choices that branch off into different paths, and it's usually 3 choices. And there was one that I didn't even know about. Or no, it is always 3 choices. Excuse me. One of them is kind of deceptive because it's 2 choices you make with an item, and then you can't use it in the other spot. But whatchamacallit, one of them leads to 2 different choices. So you have to do that one twice to get those 2 paths if you're playing to see all the things. So I did. I played Resident Evil Survivor 3 times in the same day because it's really short. It's, less than an hour if you're hauling ass. I took all the different pathways, and it was crazy because I took one pathway, and I absolutely didn't recognize it. Like, at all. 0. Which, I can't imagine I never took it as a child, because as bad as the game was, when I got a game, even if I didn't like it, I tried to play it a bunch, because I felt, like, ashamed that I got a game and was, like, wasting it, if I wasn't playing it. So there was games that, I would never play again, but as a kid, I probably played a bunch just to kind of justify the fact that I got somebody to buy it for me. Oh, Jesus, I died again! Fuck! This guy's a cocksucker. God damn. This grenade asshole. And because I refuse to save, this is it. If I die 2 more times, I'm assuming if you have 1 life on display that's what it should mean anyway. I don't know. Nope. Wrong way. Where's the fucking water? It's this way. Yeah, anyway, I should probably stop talking about Resident Evil because it's completely unrelated to this. But, when I play this, I get all kinds of other memories on the same subject, at least, just not about Resident Evil. Well, I forgot to even mention, I got like this weird non-memory of me eating orange Tic Tacs while playing Resident Evil Survivor, and I remember being in the townhouse I grew up in, on the 2nd story, sitting on my bottom bunk, playing Resident Evil Survivor and eating orange Tic Tacs. That's a memory I have that I recalled while playing Resident Evil Survivor last night, which was an interesting experience because it's funny how my brain even has that because it's not like a memory, nothing happened in the memory. It's just very like blasé. No, I'm not going to go down there because I don't care. There's a switch. If you jump down there, you die because you fall on some spikes most likely. But if you crawl down there, down the wall, there's a switch, and it opens a little cage that's under the platform where we just killed the grenade guy. And there's a spell in there, but obviously I don't care because I'm not doing this for serious. Just doing this for funsies. But yeah, it makes me excited because I haven't really played any of the other games on that I have set up to emulate. I was gonna, have some fun. Go through some of them for this series because that might be appropriate for some of them. I think because some of them are definitely deep-rooted childhood favorites for goddamn sure. But some of them I think I might just take as like my own thing, Don't need to make a video out of it. So this does open. Where is the... Oh, this is where this is. Okay. Curious. So where does this lead? I have lots of memories of later parts of different levels, but not necessarily how they all link up. Let's see here. Yeah, Resident Evil 3 is one that I'm going to be playing. Okay, so I need a little bit more XP to use the next level of upgrade. Oh, I remember this area. I remember not liking it because I used to be very afraid of the sentries. You know, the drones. Oh, Christ, that's why I hate this area. Now I remember. The fucking green stink. I hate that shit. That is so bad, because in this game... Hey, wait a minute. Oh, brain blast. I think you can fucking blow this wall up. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, I like... Because I saw the wall texture, and then my brain was like, hey, you can do something with that. I think I remember what's in this area. I can't really describe it before I go in there, so you're just going to have to take my word for it that I'm pretty sure I remember this area. But yeah. I remember discovering this. Ah, this is delightful. But yeah, Resident Evil 3, I don't remember if I even started the thread properly. Resident Evil 3 is going to be the one where I think I'm going to have the strongest emotional connection with it after all this time. Because playing the Resident Evil 3 remake, although fun, is not... It doesn't replace the memory of the original game. Because, although there's plenty of new things that they came up with, there's a bunch of old stuff that did not return, like, period. Like, the clock tower is not a thing in the Resident Evil 3 remake. So that fact alone means that, you know, there is reason for me to replay the original game still. You know, because it's not just a straight upgrade in this case. I feel like Resident Evil 2 is closer to being a straight upgrade, but there is still stuff that's, you know, different from its original presentation, so it's still worthwhile to play Resident Evil 2 as well. Resident Evil 1, I think, is a different case. They made the Resident Evil 1 remake for GameCube. They made it so beautifully and perfectly that I think there is mostly no reason to play the original version anymore. I still have it set up in my emulator. I'm going to give it a go later on, but yeah, the GameCube remake, which is now available on other platforms, is fucking phenomenal. It's so good. Because for the most part, all the old stuff is still there. Oh, God. So it's not an instant kill if you fall in the acid, which is fucking great because... oh, wait, is it? I don't remember. No, it's not an instant kill, but boy, is it eating my ass alive. Oh, wait, did I just, like, auto-heal? How did that work? Was I out of health when the grenade guy was blowing me up, or does it not count for that? Wait, what did we even accomplish? I don't think I have any key items or anything. Okay. I'm confused now. Can I go this way? Will this open? Looks like it's closed. Ah, the black key, huh? Fuck. Well, now I'm a little lost. I don't know where to go. Oh, Jesus fucking... Oh, God, this platforming is not my friend. I mean, you have to keep in mind, in a more modern game, this wouldn't be so hard. It's the fact that you have zero control over the camera while you're moving is rough. Because, you know, I could picture a lot of times where I might want to look around me without turning my character. Like, I want to keep the same forward motion without, like running like this, but being able to turn to the right. That would be amazing, but this game don't have that. It's a different time. Anyway, that's about all I'm going to do for now, because my food's getting to be about ready here. Yeah, 3.5 minutes. So, yeah, let's go ahead and bop out of this. We'll just go ahead and... Oh, that keeps that open. I'm just going to close that out. Okay, anyway, so, having not played it for such a long time, it's funny how a bunch of stuff is still pretty firmly in my memory. Like, I remember the way things looked and kind of how the game felt, too, which is unfortunate. It'd be nice if I had returned to it and been like, oh, this isn't as bad as I remember. The controls aren't so questionable, but... I think I'm a little bit better of just a general player at this point, but that doesn't mean that the game is necessarily better. Which again is a shame because, as I've mentioned plenty of times, I find the setting interesting. I find the kind of cryptic nature of it to be very, very interesting. And yeah, it's a shame that it maybe wasn't a better game, because it would be cool if, you know, it got like a remake treatment nowadays by like a talented company. You know, it's just one of those things. It's like, it's a curiosity, but I don't know how important it is in the grand scheme of, you know, games as a whole. Probably not at all. Anyway, that was O.D.T. Pretty fun. Not great though. Again, like if you're gonna play this, you got to go into it bearing in mind that it's old and it hasn't exactly aged beautifully. So yeah, if you're gonna look into this one, just keep that in mind. And if you do want to give it a try, let me know what you think, or if you've played it already, especially if you've played it somewhat recently. That way you have kind of a clear memory on what you're, you know, communicating. Let me know in the comments if you've played this game and what you thought of it. If you think it's as bad as its reputation is, or if you think it's interesting but you don't like the gameplay, or even if you do like the gameplay, just let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in whatever the hell the next episode is.